Have you ever felt perfectly fine on the outside yet? Deep down, something in your body just feels off. You drink your water, you eat your meals, you take your vitamins, but somehow the fatigue never leaves. The swelling around your eyes, that constant pressure in your lower back, the cloudy urine you keep ignoring. They're not random signs. They are your kidneys whispering for help. Here's the frightening truth: more than 1 in 7 adults in the United States already has some form of kidney disease, and most of them have no idea until it's too late. Every minute your kidneys filter nearly a liter of blood, but years of hidden stress, high blood pressure, sugar salt, and painkillers slowly choke that system. By the time symptoms appear, half of your kidney function may already be gone. But the good news, and the reason I need you to stay with me till the end, is that your kidneys are not broken machines. They are living, intelligent organs that can heal, cleanse, and restore balance when given the right conditions. I'm Dr. Johnny, and today I'll guide you through 8 ancient yet science-proven ways to help your kidneys naturally flush toxins, lower inflammation, and rebuild their strength, all from the comfort of your home. So take a deep breath, silence the noise around you, and listen closely, because what you'll hear in the next few minutes could change the way you think about your health forever. When I ask my patients what the simplest medicine on earth is, most of them hesitate. Some say turmeric, some say green tea. Very few ever say the right answer: water. And I always smile, because that one answer reveals more about our health habits than any lab test could. Let me tell you a quick story. Years ago, I treated a man named Robert, a long-haul truck driver in his 60s. Think about that: not a pill, not a supplement, just water. So here's what I teach every morning. Before you touch your phone, before you drink your coffee, sit quietly and have 1 glass, maybe 2, of room temperature water. No ice, no rush. Just sip and breathe. That first drink of the day wakes your kidneys before the chaos of caffeine and cortisol hits your system. Do it for a week and you'll notice it clearer: urine, steadier energy, calmer blood pressure, and yes, a clearer mind. If your urine is pale yellow, your kidneys are smiling. If it's dark, they're whispering for help. Don't wait for them to scream. But water is only the beginning. There's a small green fruit, bright, tangy, and loaded with vitamin C, that ancient Ayurvedic healers called liquid sunshine. It can do something water alone cannot: protect your kidneys from oxidative stress and stone formation. And that's what we'll explore next. After water, the next step in restoring kidney strength isn't another fancy detox drink. It's something far smaller, brighter, and more powerful. We call it Amla, or Indian gooseberry. In Ayurveda, it's known as liquid sunshine, and for good reason. Years ago, I met a retired teacher named Mrs. Kiran. She had borderline diabetes and early kidney inflammation. Her numbers were creeping up and fear was written all over her face. Instead of more pills, I asked her to try something ancient: half an amla grated into her lentils every day, or a spoon of its juice in warm water each morning. Within 3 months, her fasting glucose dropped by almost 20 points, her creatinine stabilized, and the puffiness under her eyes vanished. She told me, "Doctor, it feels like someone cleaned my blood from the inside." That's not magic, it's chemistry. Amla carries one of the highest natural concentrations of vitamin C on Earth, nearly 20 times more than an orange. Vitamin C acts like armor for your kidneys, neutralizing free radicals before they scar delicate renal tissue. Clinical studies from India's Institute of Medical Sciences show that Amla's antioxidants can reduce oxidative stress markers by up to 30% and lower stone-forming oxalates when used daily in moderate doses. It doesn't just protect, it repairs micro-damage, silently forming inside every nephron. Here's my rule of thumb: 1 fresh amla a day, or 1 teaspoon of pure amla powder, mixed with raw honey if fresh fruit isn't available. Avoid sugary bottled juices, they destroy the benefit. Think of amla as your kidney's daily polish, keeping your internal filters shining clean. Now, I know what you're thinking: Dr. Johnny, can a single fruit really make that much difference? The truth is yes, but only when it becomes a habit. Consistency turns nutrients into medicine. So the next time you see that small green fruit at an Asian store, don't walk past it. That's nature's pharmacy, waiting in plain sight. Still, amla can only do so much if inflammation is already simmering inside your system. And that's where the next ally steps in: a humble kitchen herb that cools, calms, and detoxifies through every sip you take. But just knowing this isn't enough, because the next ingredient might surprise you. It's not a fruit at all, yet it can heal like one. After Amla, there's another secret that's been hiding in your kitchen all along: coriander. Not the powdered spice you sprinkle on curry, but the fresh green herb with a scent that instantly awakens your senses. Ayurveda calls it dhania, and I call it the kidney's gentle whisper of relief. I still remember a young woman named Arushi, just 32, working in finance, always dehydrated, living on coffee and stress. She came to my clinic complaining about burning urine and bloating that never seemed to go away. Her labs were normal, but her kidneys were tired. Instead of another prescription, I told her to go home, boil a handful of coriander leaves in 2 cups of water, let it simmer for 5 minutes, then strain and sip it warm twice a day. Within 10 days, her burning sensation disappeared. Within 3 weeks, her skin looked clearer, her digestion improved, and she said, "Doctor, I feel lighter," like my body finally exhaled. There's real science behind this ancient ritual. Coriander acts as a natural diuretic. It gently increases urine output, helping the kidneys flush excess sodium toxins and microscopic stone-forming minerals. A 2022 study from the Journal of Ethnopharmacology showed that coriander seed extract significantly reduced oxidative stress and protected renal tissues in lab models exposed to toxins. The flavonoids and polyphenols in this humble herb calm inflammation at the microscopic level, something no over-the-counter painkiller can ever do without side effects. And here's my favorite part: it also helps your gut. Remember, your gut and kidneys talk to each other. When your digestion improves, your kidneys filter more efficiently. It's like unclogging both ends of the same river. That's why Ayurveda always pairs coriander with cleansing. It purifies from the inside out. So if you've been feeling bloated, puffy, or your urine feels heavy, try this: a coriander detox tea every morning or evening, 1 teaspoon of seeds or a handful of leaves boiled, strained, and sipped slowly. It's light, soothing, and healing. Think of it as your daily act of self-respect. But here's the catch: even the purest herbs can't protect your kidneys if you're unknowingly feeding them something that silently builds stones day after day. And that's where the next truth gets shocking, because it's hiding in something millions of people drink every morning believing it's healthy. Now let's talk about something almost everyone has in their kitchen, but rarely sees as medicine: lemon. Yes, that small yellow fruit sitting quietly on your counter may be the most powerful natural weapon against kidney stones ever discovered. I'll never forget a man named Steven, a 45-year-old software engineer, who came to me in panic after his first kidney stone attack. The pain, he said, felt worse than breaking a bone. He had been drinking soda every afternoon to stay alert, believing a squeeze of lemon in it made it healthier. What he didn't realize was that the sugar in his soda was building stones faster than his kidneys could flush them. I told him to drop the soda, keep the lemon. 2 fresh squeezes in warm water each morning, empty stomach. 6 months later, his ultrasound showed no new stones, and his blood pressure had quietly settled too. Here's the science behind it. Lemons are rich in citrate, a compound that binds with calcium in your urine. Instead of letting calcium form sharp, painful stones, citrate wraps around it like a soft armor and carries it safely out of your body. Research published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that daily intake of natural citrate from lemon juice reduced stone recurrence by nearly 80% in high-risk patients. And unlike synthetic supplements, lemon water brings along vitamin C and potassium in perfect balance, gentle on your kidneys, effective for long-term protection. But there's a catch: it has to be fresh. Bottled lemon drinks loaded with sugar and preservatives do the opposite. They inflame your kidneys and spike your blood sugar. The key is simplicity: freshly squeezed juice in room temperature water once or twice a day, not as a diet trend, but as a ritual of respect for your body. Over time, you'll notice less bloating, steadier blood pressure, and that quiet feeling of lightness after you wake. So the next time life hands you lemons, don't just make lemonade, make kidney armor. A glass of lemon water a day might just save you from the kind of agony Stephen went through. But here's what most people never realize: even with perfect hydration, vitamin C, and citrate, your kidneys can still fall into danger if your electrolytes slip out of balance. And that danger often hides in the drink everyone believes is the purest and most refreshing of all. The truth behind it might shock you. When I mention coconut water, people instantly smile. It's tropical, refreshing, and marketed as the ultimate health drink. After all, it's natural, right? But here's the truth I've learned from decades of treating kidney patients. Even nature's best gifts can become dangerous if misunderstood. After helping Stephen with lemon therapy, I met Maria, a yoga instructor in her early 40s. She lived what most would call a perfect lifestyle. Early mornings meditation, and yes, a daily bottle of coconut water after class. She loved how it made her skin glow. But during one of her routine checkups, her potassium levels came back dangerously high. Her kidneys, though otherwise healthy, were struggling to keep up. You see, coconut water is what Ayurveda calls sheetal cooling and balancing, and it's wonderful for most healthy adults. It rehydrates, restores electrolytes like magnesium, and helps prevent stone crystals from forming. But here's the part most people never hear: too much potassium can quietly overload weakened kidneys. If your kidney function is already compromised even slightly, that same coconut water that's healthy for others can tip your body into electrolyte chaos. Scientific evidence backs this balance. A 2021 paper from the Journal of Renal Nutrition found that while moderate coconut water improves hydration and reduces urinary crystal formation, excessive intake in those with chronic kidney disease can cause hyperkalemia, a potassium buildup that disrupts heart rhythm and muscle function. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. So here's my simple rule: if your kidneys are healthy, enjoy coconut water 3 to 4 times a week, not daily, and always fresh, never canned or flavored. If you have diabetes, high creatinine, or an eGFR below 60, limit it to small sips and talk to your doctor first. Nature's medicine works best when it's respected. Coconut water is still a gift, especially during summer or after sweating, but balance is everything. Too little, you dehydrate. Too much, you overwhelm. And yet, even if you hydrate perfectly and balance your electrolytes wisely, your kidneys still face another invisible enemy: oxidative stress. It creeps in quietly, aging the very filters that keep you alive. But the next fruit, deep red, royal and sacred in Ayurveda, can fight that stress like no pill ever could. After learning to balance nature's liquids like coconut water, let's move to something solid, something that looks like a jewel and works like one inside your body. I'm talking about the pomegranate, or as Ayurveda calls it, anar, the fruit of life and renewal. I remember a patient named Rajesh, a 58-year-old accountant who had been on blood pressure medications for years. His face looked tired, his skin dull, and his labs showed early signs of kidney strain. He told me he used to skip breakfast and grab coffee on the go. I asked him to try something different: one small bowl of pomegranate seeds every morning instead. 6 months later, his blood pressure stabilized, his energy returned, and even his skin regained its glow. "Doctor," he said, "I didn't change much, except this fruit." There's a reason pomegranate has been called the fruit of the heart in both Ayurvedic texts and modern science. The deep red seeds are loaded with antioxidants, polyphenols, anthocyanins, and punicalagin compounds proven to protect kidney cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. Think of them as microscopic fire extinguishers, putting out the silent flames that damage your nephrons every day. Modern research supports what Ayurveda has known for centuries. A 2023 meta-analysis in the Frontiers in Nutrition journal confirmed that regular pomegranate consumption can lower serum creatinine, reduce oxidative markers, and even slow down kidney fibrosis. In patients undergoing dialysis, pomegranate juice has been shown to reduce oxidative damage by nearly 35%. It's not hype, it's chemistry. But here's what most people miss to unlock its healing power. You must eat the seeds, not just drink the juice. Bottled pomegranate juices are often pasteurized, loaded with sugar, and stripped of their natural enzymes. The magic is in the fresh seeds, each one a tiny capsule of life. So here's my advice: half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds 3 to 5 times a week. Add them to your salad, your yogurt, or simply eat them plain. They help your kidneys, heart, and blood vessels all in one. Ayurveda says pomegranate nourishes Rakta Dhatu, the blood tissue, and when your blood is pure, your kidneys can finally rest. It's a perfect example of how healing begins from within. But oxidation isn't the only hidden threat your kidneys face. There's another enemy that sneaks in through infections: tiny bacteria that climb your urinary tract and silently attack your filters. And the next fruit we're about to explore, small, crimson, and often forgotten, can stop them in their tracks before the damage begins. After the deep red power of pomegranate, let's move to something smaller, a fruit that looks innocent but carries the strength of a warrior. I'm talking about cranberries, the unsung heroes of urinary health. Years ago, I treated a young nurse named Emily who kept getting urinary tract infections. Every few months, the same cycle: antibiotics, pain, fatigue. Her labs were always normal, but her kidneys were silently under siege. I asked her one question: how often do you eat or drink cranberries? She laughed. Never. They're too sour. That's when I told her sometimes the cure doesn't come sweet. Cranberries are loaded with compounds called proanthocyanidins, tiny plant molecules that stop bacteria from clinging to the urinary tract walls. Think of them as microscopic shields that block infection before it even starts. In a way, they teach your kidneys to fight smarter, not harder. Modern science agrees. A 2022 review in the Journal of Urology found that daily consumption of cranberry extract or pure juice can reduce recurrent urinary infections by up to 40%, especially in women. Another study from Harvard Medical School noted that people who added unsweetened cranberry juice to their diet for 8 weeks showed a measurable drop in urinary inflammation markers, proof that prevention works quietly long before disease appears. But there's a catch: not all cranberry products are created equal. Those colorful supermarket cranberry cocktails are mostly sugar, the very thing that feeds infection-causing bacteria. The key is unsweetened pure cranberry juice, or even better, a handful of fresher dried cranberries without added sugar. Here's my rule: 1 small glass, about 8 ounces of pure cranberry juice, or a handful of berries daily. If you can't find them, fresh freeze-dried powder works too. It's not about flavor, it's about protection. I like to call it insurance for your kidneys. And here's something I want you to remember: cranberries don't just stop infections. By reducing inflammation and bacterial stress, they lighten the workload on your kidneys. They give those tiny filters a break, a chance to heal, rebuild, and restore your body's natural balance. But infection and inflammation aren't the only forces wearing down your kidneys. There's another threat, silent, invisible, and hiding in almost every kitchen across the world. It's not sugar, not caffeine. It's something even more common, the one ingredient you probably use every single day without realizing it's poisoning your kidneys. After hearing about the healing power of cranberries, it's time to confront one of the most dangerous enemies of your kidneys, and it's sitting quietly on your dining table right now. Salt. I know salt makes food taste alive. It's in your soup, your bread, your sauces, even your morning cereal. But inside your body, too much of it slowly turns your blood into a battlefield. I once treated an elderly man named Thomas, a retired chef who loved his soups just a little salty. Over the years, that little became a lot. When he came to me, his blood pressure was 168/95, and his ankles were swollen like balloons. His kidneys were overworked, his filters inflamed, and he didn't even realize it. Here's what most people don't understand. Your kidneys are sodium managers. Every time you eat excess salt, your kidneys must pull extra water from your blood to dilute it. That means higher blood pressure, thicker blood, and tiny ruptures in the delicate capillaries inside your kidneys. Over time, this constant pressure wears them out, leading to scarring and permanent loss of function. The World Health Organization recommends less than 5 grams of salt per day, about 1 teaspoon. Yet the average person consumes nearly double that, sometimes more, without even knowing. Packaged foods, canned soups, salad dressings, breads, they all hide sodium like a silent saboteur. Studies from the American Journal of Kidney Diseases reveal that individuals who reduced their sodium intake to WHO levels saw up to a 25% reduction in kidney disease progression and a noticeable drop in systolic blood pressure within just 8 weeks. Ayurveda teaches that when salt dominates your diet, your pitta, or inner heat, rises, inflaming every organ it touches. The first to suffer, your kidneys. But when you balance flavor with natural acids and herbs like lemon-roasted cumin or turmeric, your body finds peace again. So here's the challenge I give to all my patients for 1 week: cut your added salt in half. Replace it with herbs, with lemon juice, with natural flavor. You'll be surprised how quickly your body thanks you. Your rings fit better, your face looks less puffy, and your blood pressure begins to settle. Salt may taste simple, but it's the line between health and harm. And once you cross it, the damage builds silently, 1 grain at a time. But here's the hopeful part: when you start reducing salt, Hydrating properly, eating the right fruits, and embracing balance, your kidneys don't just stop declining, they begin to recover. Their cells rebuild, your energy returns, and your body starts to feel lighter, cleaner, more alive. And that brings us to the heart of this journey, because knowledge means nothing without action. The real transformation begins when you turn these 8 lessons into daily rituals. And that's exactly what we'll talk about next: how to bring all of this together into a simple, powerful routine that protects your kidneys for life. You see, your kidneys are not machines. They're living, breathing guardians working for you every minute of every day. They never complain. They never take a break. And yet we often forget to thank them. But here's the beautiful truth: no matter how long you've ignored them, they still want to heal. So start small. Drink that first glass of water in the morning with gratitude. Add a few drops of lemon, a slice of amla, or a handful of fresh herbs when you can. Cut back on the salt, listen to your body, and give your kidneys the rest they deserve. You don't need perfection, you just need consistency. Every mindful choice you make is a vote for your future health. And if today's video opened your eyes even a little, hit that save button so you can come back whenever you need a reminder. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because every week I'll share new practical ways to protect your kidneys, backed by science, grounded in nature, and designed to keep you strong, clear, and energized for life. Remember, this healing is not about doing everything at once. It's about doing one small thing every day with love and awareness. Your kidneys are ready to forgive, to restore, and to start fresh the moment you decide to care. I'm Dr. Johnny. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of your kidneys, and they will take care of you for a lifetime. Until next time, stay hydrated, stay hopeful, and stay healthy.